And welcome back to Zanpakuto Creation Series. This one comes to us from Yaju, yeah, I think it's Yaju World. One second, I got the name right here. Yeah, Yaju World, who asked the question, what is Hiei's Zanpakuto? Hiei is a unique case because he's a demon. Therefore, in the world of Yu Yu Hakusho, souls are everything. Technically, it's not the same quite as Bleach, where Soul Reaper literally is kind of like their soul, but they're a physical being. It's a weird thing in that sense. Like demons are spiritual beings, just like spirit, like the spirits of like the spirit world and all that. So it's a unique thing to do a Zanpakuto with. In Hiei's case, he is a fire demon, but born to ice apparitions or ice spirits. As such, you would think he might have like a combination of them, but there's really no ice type abilities that are like leached onto his soul at all. The only thing we have to go off of that says that even though he's a fire demon, he still has ice-like tendencies, is the fact that he's never been able to truly harness the darkness flame, according to Makuro, because he was born to ice-type aberrations. Regardless, though, I think it's kind of clear where we can take this type of Zanpakuto. First and foremost, it would be an elemental type Zanpakuto. Standard katana, basically, it'd look like what he has there. Its release would simply be burn, and its actual Shikai would be Darkness Flame, or Yami no Hono. And its Bankai would be Dragon of the Darkness Flame, or two different translations here. Nikon no Ogono Hono, or Ryu no Gohono. And shocker, its spirit is a black flame dragon. And the form that it takes really is a black flame card. Basically, it would be the sword of the darkness flame. I imagine that as a standard katana, it just looks like a standard katana, but when released, it looks more like this katana with a with more of a European style longsword crossguard, and then flames coming off it. And as such, the Seikai's abilities would be to create the Darkness Flame. Think of it basically as a Darkness Flame equivalent of Ryujin Jika, though probably not as intense in terms of power. It's not, unless you had, say, the spiritual energy and power of Yamamoto, this Zanpakuto would not be as powerful as, say, Ryujin Jika is. But really, the only difference would be that the Bankai it's releasing it releases the entire dragon from the blade and is basically at the user's beck and call. Now that being said, I could still see the whole idea of he absorbing the dragon being a technique of the sword, like maybe the final technique, where he absorbs the dragon into him and basically becomes the living embodiment of this Bankai, wrapping himself in flames that aren't hurting him, physically being enhanced, and overall being being extremely powerful in that form. Now, is this too close to what his abilities are in the series? Yeah, maybe, but I do feel like for Hiei, this probably works well to his benefit. Now, in terms of weaknesses, obviously any fire can be extinguished with the right amount of extinguishing, capabilities. Even Ryujin Jika can, in theory, be extinguished with the right, capabilities, or right ability, and right amount of Ryatsu to counter it. I could also see this Bankai having trouble against, other fire types Zanpakuto. The idea being that strong enough fire can actually snuff out another flame. Basically, a backfire is the terminology. Also, anything that basically is heat resistant would be able to resist this sword's ability. And as I said with some of the darkness type Zanpakutos, light-based attacks could possibly weaken the dark fire that this blade emits. In theory, though not completely snuff it out, because it isn't just like darkness or anything like that. But yeah, it'd still be a pretty powerful Zanpakuto. It'd be definitely a Zanpakuto tailored to Hiei. It basically would allow him to access the darkness flame in all fairness without the ability, without having to, tap into his Jugon or anything like that. So that's my idea for his Zanpakuto. Let me know what you think. But until then, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll see you for the next one.